These are some wisdom that can be taken between partners to become one soul, so that their marriage can be according to the will and plans of God for their lives. The will of God is what makes us walk in satisfaction and joy in every aspect of our lives. That is why we should hunger and desire to know the will of God concerning matters like the matter of marriage. God has already spoken in His Word that to make sure that your marriage and relationship work, it is dependent on both partners taking the responsibility that is revealed in the Word and doing it as God has said it. There is already a laid out responsibility for each partner in a marriage that if they do and practice, there will be one soul between both of them. For the husband, God says in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 that husbands should love their wives and the wives are to submit to their husbands. That is the will of God concerning every marriage, which means for a marriage to work, they must obey this instruction from God. As long as this is done, there will be oneness and unity between both partners, which means they will walk in harmony throughout the rest of their marital life. Many times, the issue is that both partners are always looking out to another partner to see if they are doing their responsibility so that they can begin to do theirs, but that will only make it worse. The way it should be is that each partner is to focus on their responsibility and do it without looking at what the other partner is doing. That is the only way that there can be unity and oneness in the marriage and relationship. This is the first way to become one soul with your partner. Husbands are to love their wives unconditionally, which means the husband's love for his wife should be without any case. Many husbands love their wives because of certain things they do, so they turn their wives into slaves and stress them to the point where they can no longer speak well because the man in the marriage has become God. That is an abuse of authority. That you are called the head of the family does not mean that you should turn your wife to a slave that does whatever you just will at any time. That is not true in any way. You must take responsibility on your part and love her unconditionally. Love is shown in words and speech. It is shown in commitment and sacrificing to have time with her. This will be shown in going out to just take the lunch rest, just both of you without the kids often. This is what will show that there is genuine love between both partners. Love is shown in also giving gifts every once in a while to your spouse. Do not say that I will give her gifts only on her birthday. That is not the way it should be. You should be giving gifts once in a while to show that she is special to you. For the wife, God has instructed that if becoming one soul with your partner is going to be possible, then you should be ready to submit to what your husband, which means you are to serve in whatever way he chooses. This is why he is considered the head of God. It was an authority that was given to him, especially so that he will manifest as the dictator of what goes on in the marriage. If these are taken into consideration, there is no how that there will be fights and disagreements. This will bring in a divine oneness and also have you one soul with your partner. This also means you will feel what they feel and you will be with them in every moment of their lives, both the good and bad times of their moments. There is something that is mentioned to us in Ephesians chapter 5, which is that the wife is the body of the husband, which means that they have become one flesh, so whatever affects him affects his wife. That is the power of the covenant of marriage. This is where the concept of two different persons coming together to become one with themselves lies. This is for both partners to treat themselves as their own body. What will you do to your body to be better if you are to treat your body? you will nourish it, and you will feed it well. That is the same way both partners should behave toward each other, which means both of them should be a source of nourishment and encouragement, and also a strength for each other. Your partner should be able to go through hard times, and the first person that drops into your mind is his wife, not a lady in his office. No wonder people shout around about how their husband is sleeping with their secretary. But it is based on the foolishness of the wife, because this is your partner who you love with your life. You are to jealously guard him so well that even when he is with another woman, he knows that his wife is so different in his eyes. You should begin to esteem your wife very highly. Do not use offensive words. Your body will be nourished by the food that is taken into you every day. That is how you should ensure that both you and your partner do not say any offensive words against each other, because offensive words are evil arrows shot at the people around. You are to nourish your wife. This is why provision comes in place. The Bible tells us that anyone that does not provide for his home is considered infidel, because it is shown that you have not denied the faith. That are many pretty ways to treat your partner well. One of the ways you can treat your partner to prove to them that you are one soul with a partner is to give them a surprise gift package once in a while, especially at the time when they just offended you, because of offense and quarrels cannot be avoided in marriage and relationship. But the thing is that it can be dealt with by realizing that you cannot be an enemy with your own body. Because both of you are one flesh, then you should forgive them and give them these surprise gifts. It is not about who was wrong or who was right, but it is about agreeing to the mind of God concerning your marriage. When these actions are done, there will be fewer and fewer reasons to fight and desire to break up. When you do things recognizing that they are one flesh with you, you will never be tempted to end up your marriage for any reason. That is why you need to watch your heart and make sure that you maintain the oneness of heart in your marriage and relationship. When you want to eat, you should get for your partner too. When you want to make decisions and plans, do they informing your partner wherever you are and what you are planning to do in the next step of your journey. This is the way to become one soul with your partner. And when you do these two things, you will find that your marriage will work as it should. Loyalty is the key requirement when it comes to having a healthy marriage. Loyal comes first before anything. When it comes to having a healthy marriage and being one in mind and in soul with your partner, it is loyalty that always comes first. You have to be loyal to your spouse. Loyalty is something that is seen and can be proven by actions. Loyalty is what brings unity among spouses. When you're loyal to your spouse and he or she is loyal to you, this uniqueness comes from the relationship that makes you exceptional from others. When there is loyalty, there will never be division or issues in a home where loyalty reigns among them. This is the sure way to have unity in your soul, that what you feel is what they also feel every day. When there is loyalty between both of you, there will be genuine love and trust between both of you, that even when they are negative, you can trust your partner that it is not them doing it purposely, but it is something that just happened by their mistake. When there is loyalty, there is forgiveness between both partners. When there is loyalty, there is no space for malice and sour countenance at all. Loyalty goes a long way to making a home beautiful and unified, because one of the first things of a home, order and accountability. This is what loyalty does, and the effect it has is that it puts order between both of you. When there is order, one of the partners can't just leave the house and not come back without telling the other partner, and does not feel that they have done something bad. That is a lack of loyalty that will lead to distrust, and when there are always fights and quarrel between you and your partner, you have to put loyalty as a key ingredient in your family, because it is one thing that makes you one soul with your partner.